And good evening, everybody. Welcome back to Music Free Gaming. All the gaming of those other streams, but none of the music. I hope you're having a fabulous day today. It is a beautiful day. It is Thursday, and I just realized I forgot to add the captions tag to the stream because I actually do have closed captions, and that is super awesome. All right, so first off, I thank you for hanging with me, even though I had to cancel the stream Tuesday. I was taking my son up to the airport in Denver so that he could fly up to Alaska. So that was super exciting for him and for us, but it meant I had to drive up Tuesday and couldn't be here for the stream. Um, so that is super awesome. And yeah, so now I do want to intro a little extra here too for the stream. Today's stream is going to be all about failure because I was working on this auto furnace last week, and it easily qualifies as a failure, and I'm going to show you why here very soon. However, my computer is flipping out because I tried to resize a window, and man, it is not happy about that. Okay, fine. All right, here we go. So let me go show you what this is, and I also know that the other citizens on this server, actually I'll sleep first, are going to be very happy when I tear this furnace out, because it turns out it's causing a little bit of lag. So, and I was a touch worried about that, but say la vie. I'll deal with it. Said the thing was a failure, and I don't like how it's working. So let me show you why. Okay, so here is a furnace. It is a big furnace, sort of. I mean, it's 32 furnaces with all of the hopper infrastructure to support it. And I think that's what's Mandolin hit me up earlier today. She says, I think this might be causing some lag. So that could very well be what it is. And this doesn't work. Okay. Actually, no, I'll take that back. It does work. Sort of. So I can come in here, jump up and get down. Right, so I can jump up here. Okay, I rearranged this. Where is everything? I could throw stuff in this chest, and it will attempt to come out here and cook all of it. Okay. So it'll run the hopper mine carts across the furnaces, um, and load up the furnaces. It will trigger. I think it will trigger these. It was, but I just made a quick design change about an hour ago because I wanted to show you part of a problem that I don't have a solution for. But it should trigger these mine carts, which will feed coal, charcoal specifically, into the furnaces. And then they all get shoved out through this really lovely hopper chain. Look at all of the hoppers. Goodbye, server performance. Hello, sorting system. But this has a charcoal sorter or charcoal filter. So if I cook wood, the charcoal gets sucked in and then popped up through the water. And oops, I am now stuck in the machinery. It's a problem. Okay, flows through there and then down into the box. Okay. Here's the problem, and there are a number of problems. First off, this line of furnaces is too long. Okay? Because what'll happen is these mine carts will fill, or I'll start to fill. I will start to fall. This starts to fill, and what happens is basically it fills these hoppers first for these furnaces and never really gets down here. Oh, sure, the mine carts get down here, but they pretty much get sucked dry before they get down to these hoppers. Okay, So that sucks. The other problem is actually worse because even if I were to, even if and when I do get items down here, I can't fuel half this side of the chain. And this is why it's a weird problem. Okay. So if I take this this chest, drop in some charcoal, it starts filling up both of these hoppers. Okay? They starts filling them up, and that's fine, right? Take that, right? If I take these out, right? Hoppers fill very fast, which is great, right? And they just start to fill up. And they fill up fairly evenly because it's wonderful. The problem is that I don't fill it that fast. Because what happens is when the charcoal gets smelted out of the furnace chain, right, it gets dumped through here and spit up this water path. Okay. And that works fine, but it means I dump in charcoal here at 1 or 2 or 3 charcoal at a time, which means I only ever fill up the first hopper. This first minecart hopper or hopper minecart, whatever it is. This thing is the first one to fill. This one never fills. So ultimately, I end up unable to fuel these furnaces. I also ran into issues trying to get these hoppers, minecarts, to run over this track. I rebuilt it a number of times. For those of you who are here for the stream on Saturday, you'll notice this is a significantly different feed and launch system than what I had at the end of the stream Saturday. I got obsessed and spent a lot of time Monday evening working on this, trying to make this work. And the problem is it's just too flippin' long is really what it is. So when it work now, there's a really cool feature on it. So anything that doesn't get sucked into the charcoal gets fed back here. Okay. This is the other problem, is that these hoppers form a bottleneck. Okay. And this is all stupid because I had to rearrange some of the hopper feeding system, and it was a mess. But what happens is they pop in here. When this dropper gets stuff into it, this thing clicks around and it spits them up through the water. Now what's really cool, and this is something I think I can continue when I rebuild this furnace here very soon. So in fact, I'll probably start tearing some of this out tonight because of the lag it's doing. So there's this lovely switch. When it's down and this light is on, you see the piston system here, the water flows back this way. Now, right now, all I have is a chest, but this goes here. Now, the plan was then to load that, fall off the step, that type of thing, but load it up into another, basically a storage system with an item filter so that it'll just sort out stone and smooth stone, probably nether brick, right? Just, a couple of those things, that glass, probably, just a handful of those things over that way somewhere. Okay. That would be great. And then what's fun is if instead you flip that turns off, the pistons change, and the water flow changes, and it sends the items into these hoppers and into a shulker box that you can place here, right? So it made it real easy to say, don't just send this to storage. I need it right now. Drop it out to a shulker box, okay? And this works very well. This is the only thing that does work well, is this system. Everything else is just a mess. So unfortunately, as much as I like this, that side of thing, the rest of this thing is just a disaster. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tear this thing apart. And I wish I wish for multiple reasons I didn't have to. Primarily, I wish it actually worked. But I also wish that it wasn't quite so laggy. In fact, let me see if I can ease the lag. I don't know how bad it is right now because I'm not an admin on this server. I just beat it up. Right? I just sit here and crunch this whole mess. So unfortunately, it's not happy. So, whoops, I can't stand on the stone. I'm not capable of standing on things. It's hard. So yeah, I'm going to tear this whole thing out, and it's just not going to happen here. Running 401 ticks behind. Okay. So that should, also, welcome. Thanks for pointing out the stats, Mandolin. So I'm going to tear out these hoppers, which should help. Just as I tear this whole thing apart, I'm going to have to sit down because I still want my own auto furnace. Because I've got one in the jungle, and it's okay. It's still a little slow, but it took you a while to eat something. Yeah. Yeah, so hopefully this will be speeding things up here just a little bit. Okay, how's my inventory doing? Okay, it's not a total and complete disaster, so. Yeah, so I'm going to definitely need to... I want to rebuild one, and I want one that that'll build faster. I like the build faster. Cook faster than the seven hopper system I've got over in the jungle. But I think what I might do is do two things. One, limit it to 18. Boy, that's the wrong number. 16 hoppers, or furnaces, rather than the 32 I had here. Because, hey, And then I had a couple of design options which should be a little bit nicer on all sorts of levels. So yep. So unfortunately, this is a design that, as much as I wish that it worked, it doesn't. So I put in the title of the stream, this is what pain feels like. Yep. It kind of sucks. It was like, okay, I build this whole thing out and it kind of works okay. And yeah, except where it doesn't. So, and I was looking at a number of different, I need to clean up some space. I was looking at a number of different hopper designs and stuff. A lot of them actually aren't that different from what I'm doing, but they're enough different. So actually, let's see now. Hopefully, as I get these, get all the items cleaned up here too, because the floating items don't help anybody. See if I can get these. Stop. Get all of these hoppers cleaned up, and it should start easing all the pain and suffering. Yeah, it's just... I mean, you can see here. I mean, I have 64 hoppers in my inventory. I already threw a couple of them in the chest. So yeah, apparently that's The servers don't like it quite that much, so I still want to build one. Now, it was going to be kind of nice to have it right here just because of, reasons. I like being able to have it operate while I'm working on stuff. But, oops. All right, hang on. Lots of coal. Lots and lots of charcoal. So much charcoal. So much. Yep, so. I mean, I definitely feel bad for hurting the server, It's like, I don't mean to cause you pain. I'm sorry, server. Yeah, and it kind of sucks, though. Even if this wasn't causing lag, right? And obviously Amanda knows because she's the one who told me about it. But, my plan starting, actually, after I was playing with things on Thursday and realized that this design does not work. Or after Saturdays. I can't, days of the week are hard. But after Saturdays, I was going through and looking at what happened on the stream, and then Mondays I tried to get the design to function. I realized this isn't going to cut it. There's no way that this actually works, at least not in a reasonably efficient way. Now, there is a problem, right? Because if you want to do automated furnaces, which I do because I like automated furnaces, you're going to need hoppers. Oh yeah, you can hear things clicking, right? There's the charcoal getting fed up into the system. There's the not charcoal being fed up into the system. So, those are just in the way. So, yeah, it sucks to have to rip it out. Boy, there's a lot of charcoal in there. I mean, that was sort of the idea. I did most of my testing when I was testing how things worked. The delivery system, the cooking system. Oh, it's all the track. It's like, what am I full of here? Don't answer that. I don't know that I want to know the answer. But yeah, as I was building this out and realizing, oh, this isn't working. I can't feed it properly. It's like, no, this isn't going to happen. But yeah, any automated furnace system takes 3 hoppers per furnace, right? I mean, it just has to, because you have to put one furnace on top to feed stuff in, one on the side to feed in the fuel, and one on the bottom to suck out the smelted items. So depending on, how that all ends up getting sucked in, how much load does that put on? And honestly, I thought hoppers were fairly server friendly, but apparently it's only server friendly when you maybe don't have 100 of them. Right. So, I'm going to have to come up with something else. And decide if I scale it down. So the 7 hopper one actually isn't too bad. So if I spread it out to 12 or 16. Now the other option too is put it somewhere where I'm not, which is great until I actually want to cook something, and then I have to hang around somewhere else while it cooks so that it actually cooks. Turns out furnaces don't work when they don't exist. It's just the nature of the beast. This was the one part of it that worked the way I expected it to. Right? Because the hoppers feed in here. We've got the item sorter here. pulling in the charcoal. Charcoal gets fed into there, shot up to be fed over to the mine carts to fuel the array, and then everything else gets fed this way. So yeah, it worked, you know, just not the way I wanted it to. So yeah, so all of this is coming out. Unfortunately, it cost the life of a villager because he decided to just wander around here. And sadly, he got caught in the machinery. It wasn't at all a sword that killed him. No. He just was walking in the machinery without a hard hat, which, you know, this is a construction zone. You know, you gotta keep that in mind, you know. But no, he just... So, yeah. Now, what I was playing with before is... What I had up here was a chest and, you know, basically a hopper chest, you know, chain that zigzagged down into the mine carts. It's like, well, that's stupid. Why don't I just run water down to a hopper and a chest? So I did that. But it doesn't solve the ultimate problem here of when you only feed in a couple of items at a time because of how fast hopper minecarts operate. It all gets fed into the first minecart and not the second. So, yeah, it's just what I have learned. Now, Sumbo, what I'm going to say was somebody like Mumbo Jumbo, who has a much better grasp of how all of the arcana of Redstone works, might be able to make that dual feed thing happen. I am not Mumbo Jumbo. Not only am I not British in any way, shape, or form, I don't know all of the arcana that comes with Redstone. So, and that honestly, that was part of the reason I was building this, is I wanted to learn some of that. But hey, Mandolin, how's the server looking lag-wise? If you're still there. Now that I have most of the hoppers cleaned up, it should be looking a lot better. I'm waiting a little bit to pull the water system out just because that's going to be a little bit of a pain. Okay, so, you know, just because I have to deal with the water and not flooding out the... Well, I actually, for that matter, I could flood it out. I don't care anymore. I'm tearing it all out. But, you know, it helps if you're... It's a little bit better. You know, that could... Actually, you know what? Let me try something. I still have a couple of... I mean, these... Okay, so that's a half dozen hoppers. Let me get the mine carts out. Yeah. And see if that... Oh, cheese monkeys. Turns out I left a lot of wood out there to cook. I'm actually surprised that wasn't running. All right. I wonder if that was part of the problem, too. I mean, it certainly could have been, but should not have been, but I suppose could have been. All right, just make sure I've got all this stuff picked up. Because right now it might lag like mad because I think I just dropped several stacks of wood. Now, one thing that might work is if I leave this area so that it despawns. Right? I don't know how fast it clears out of memory. Right? So so that the server stops paying attention to it. So if I leave this place and then come back, it'll be about 5 minutes. Okay. So I think I've picked up all of the dropped items. I think everything is in chests or in my inventory. So let's do this, because this will be an interesting test. Let me head over to my jungle. You said it's about 5 minutes? Alright, so yeah. First, let me make sure I don't have anything just floating around before I do that. So everything should be out of the way. I don't think there's anything floating around down here. Okay, well, if something were in this, it shouldn't matter load-wise. Alright, so let me leave this place. And we'll go hang out for 5 or 10 minutes over in the jungle. Well, it seems like a nice place to be. That's the wrong transporter room. I need to label these on this side. Okay. Alright, so as of now, I should be... I'm away from the machine, so we'll give it about 5 minutes. And let's come over here and check out, see how the robot uprising is coming. Okay, yeah, a handful of cows. Right, and I'm just gonna go ahead and walk because, hey, killing time. Ah, right. So yeah, hopefully all of that stuff will clear all of that. The server will forget that it exists, stop trying to run it, and then we'll see if that takes care of things. I mean, I can hope, right? Otherwise, yeah, I'm gonna have to find a nicer way to have a furnace that runs. All right. Well, the robots are still here doing their job, so that's a plus. Yeah, those claws. That's why I have robots. Is these claws that carry the logs look so much like robots that, yep. And thus I have, robots. Now, it would be funny if I also had villagers over here, so... Could you imagine like a stonemason over here trying to work on this? Right? These are not... This is a sawmill. This isn't a stone mill. That just seems silly. On the plus side, it's still 42 days since the last robot uprising, so we're doing okay. I do like the fact that the iron fence locks onto the logs, right? Because when they're all by themselves, they're just posts. But then when they are connected to the log, then it branches out and tries to be full iron fence. So it looks like you've got a little bit more of a claw going on there, which is really nice. I like that. So, yeah, just meander on over here. I don't know that any of the villagers actually made their way upstairs. Most of the villagers over here ended up dying, I think. They just sort of disappeared. I had 4 or 5. There's that one. 6 maybe, just because this was a village here, right? I mean, for those of you who remember way back in the village beautification project, we can argue whether or not I actually beautified this village or not. Okay. Hey, you know what's really cool? Not having stuff in your throat. Awesome. But, I had, there ended up being a half dozen villagers. They just started to, they were farming, they were breeding, and now they're all gone. And I don't know where they went. Oh, yeah, I appreciate that, man. Oh, yeah, I still have a farmer here. Now, these guys have probably the worst view to wake up to in the morning. Right? Because you look out this window, and you've got the dragon. And that just... that's... That... Nothing says, I'm up, I'm up, I'm up! Like hitting the alarm. You look out the window. Maybe you put on your glasses, and it's like oh, dragon! So, you got... I'm so bad at doing interiors, though. So bad at that. Okay, I'm hearing a few villagers, so they're wandering around here somewhere. Now, they could come under here and look at what's happening underwater. My, isn't that wet? But... Okay, so maybe they've just dispersed a little bit further than I was thinking. I used to have a problem... Or maybe I still do. I mean, they could wander down here, but I blocked up this tunnel so they can't get too far down. Right. Except for the kids, they're not going to go climbing through this hole. Now, villagers are dumb. Okay? Let's just get that out of the way right now. I've certainly had issues where villagers would meander over this way and just start wandering off. I would say into the jungle, but there's, then they just start wading out into the river. And, it's a beautiful river. It's nice, Man, I can't wait till we get Blackstone. What would be so awesome would be to redo this dragon with some Blackstone bricks. Oh, that would be cool. Okay, so... Yep, but yeah, there's some fun stuff here. I have to admit, well, some of it looks great. I mean, this house doesn't look too bad. It's pretty basic, but one of the rules I set for myself when I redid when I decided to beautify this village is I wasn't going to remove any of the buildings. They had to stay there. I had to adapt them into the design. So there were just 3 basic villager huts here. So obviously I replaced all the materials, except for maybe some of the cobblestone. Right? Oh, look, here's a big house that goes across the top. This one, I was going to build into a big mushroom, but because I misspelled house and I spelled it mouse instead, I now have a mushroom mouse. Which actually looks really cool with the whiskers and the mouse ears. So there it is. I have a mushroom mouse house. Exactly. So, the little subtle touch here. It has a tail that runs across the path. So as you walk across the path, you actually step on the poor mouse's tail. It's but it's really cute. I really like how that the nose and the whole face and head sort of turned out. Yeah, drop a little bit of... I used netherwart blocks for the eyes. And sure, they're red bloodshot eyes. But the texture makes them look more like eyes and less like, just a block. So, this was... I had fun over here too. This was the big... I think this was actually the library here in the village. And so I expanded it out and turned it into a classroom. So here they study chemistry. Right. And I even remember to put the glass in there. So yeah, got some fun little decorations up there. You got the cauldrons and all this fun. Yeah, it's really cool because you get I don't you remember in high school, right? You go into your science class, you have those big black tables. Well, that's what I got going on here. So now what'll be cool in Bedrock, you can dye the water that's in the cauldron. You can't do that at least in 1.15. I don't know if they added that in 1.16 yet. Um, Eventually they you can, and then it gets to be really fun. Well, yeah. So now you've got this cool classroom, and and sure you can climb the walls. I mean that's a thing you can do if you're really excited about it. But I think I just what did I do with these? Oh yeah, I just put awkward potions there. So yeah, you know. Oh, that was a fun. This is one of those things that's just right because it's just a bookshelf, and I hung a lantern in front of it. But it almost like a lantern of knowledge. So it's like okay, that's kind of cool. I jamming with that. And then this took forever. The oh, the this is one of those things you have to zoom out, step back to see it. The whole twisty towers thing. And I decided to put a beacon through there just because I thought the beacon looked cool, right? It's all twisting up, and so you get this beacon shining up through the ground here. You know, up that way. Now what's cool is, and if y'all remember when I built this, so these you can see the original houses that were here, right? This one and this one, these little. I think I expanded them a little bit. I think they may have been 4 blocks wide, something like that. So I expanded them a little bit so they were square. But I decided to build one out in wood, one out in stones of various types, right? You see you've got andesite, diorite, granite going all the way up. So what you have is the it has an art piece. It is the symbolic joining of the natural and the living and the unliving. I don't know. The cold stone and the living wood, and it all twists together. And I thought, what would be really cool is to run something right up the middle. Because if you go straight up, and you can actually climb the insides of those towers. But if you come all the way up here, right? Right. So I see I've got ladders all the way up. You can climb up here, and I've got this big green glass sphere going on here that you can actually climb up into. And I thought about building like an enchanting table and stuff up here, but it the glass is too clear really to make it work out like I'd like it to. So, and at night, you've got all of the sea lanterns, and you see those a lot better than I'd like, but it's all right. So it works out pretty well. I came out here, just grew trees, so you can see those are just natural trees. I slapped some dirt out there and some saplings so that the trees would grow. So I had the trees grow, and thank you, Amanda. I appreciate that. So I had the trees grow. I had put the andesite fences or walls, I guess, with the all of the end rods. So again, you get that melding, and then it comes up. So this is probably the most artistic, in an abstract art sense, the thing that I've built in Minecraft. But yeah, so you've got this nice uh, green spherical globby thing here. A globby thing is also another word for a globe, but globby thing just sounds more fun. Also sounds like something that would get stuck in your throat um, after you've been dealing with allergies for a week. So yeah, And man, I fought with that on stream, couldn't sort this out. Ah, nice. About a quarter of what they were. So that's excellent. All right. But yeah, I had to spend some time off stream just to focus on this to get the curve going correctly because man, that was such a pain. Looks awesome, but man, it was a pain. All right, so the lag is about a quarter of what it was. That is awesome. Since I'm over here, I'll finish the tour with this. This was set this up as sort of the blacksmith. Right, you got all the fire and lava and redstone because the redstone helps keep these gates closed, but it also just looks cool. And then over here with the stone cutter. And they have a cat, so, you know. This is the most energetic I got with a kitchen. It's like, oh, look, I've got a sink going on here. I've got a, well, smoker, but, you know, something. You know, nice little fireplace. Yeah, so this one, I really liked the barrels as cabinets, right? You see a lot of those designs like, oh, you put a item frame, you put a trap door in it, I think, and so it gives the appearance of a like a handle that you could pull. Well, the barrels give you that naturally. Okay, yeah, you can still get that little bit of round stuff going on, but it actually gives you a really nice sort of rustic look for your cabinets. Next on Design on a Dime. How to use barrels for kitchen cabinets. You know, so you got a nice little couch, you know, table. You can sit back and enjoy a nice little fire. Yeah. So as I said, I'm not great at interiors, but this is one I think turned out pretty well. Now this is your typical trap hook thing. Yeah. Also, scaffolding makes a nice little table. You know. All right. So now, yep. And I decided to put in some blue glass here, just because. Right, because this was two houses, right? There's one over here, and there's one over here. You can see the frame, in fact, of this one. You can sort of see the frame of this one, but I turned most of that into stone. Because, hey, it's a blacksmith shop. Fire and wood don't always get on well together. But I figured, right, so I've got the forge going on here. It's like, ooh, look. There's a blast furnace, and there's some regular furnaces. Yeah, you look at all the fire. Ooh, fire. I love fire. I love building with fire in Minecraft. Maybe not, you know, just I just like it. It gives a nice little dynamic look of things. But then I might have figured, hey, since I've got that, let's open it up on this side and just build this big outside fireplace. And, you know, maybe that's a pizza oven. This will cook your pizza in 7 seconds. Really, really nice for a pizza oven. Yeah, but so in case you want to get out here and you're out here farming, you can farm at night and in winter when it's nice and cold. Oh, absolutely. 7-second pizza. That is the way to go, man. So, you know, and it's pretty good. And there's actually a tunnel. So this is fun. So this was the well in the center of town. Okay. And you can see I sort of touched it up a bit. Right. So, I mean, you come up here, got some sea lanterns, and I slapped some water down. Now, because of my shader, this doesn't look as blue as it was when I first, you know, when you look at it without. It still looks pretty nice, though. This actually has a little bit of an Asian-inspired look to it. I wanted to bring these little corner pieces up that half slab, but you can't hang lanterns from the underside of the upside down slab. So yeah. But anyway, you notice this bubbles because if you slide down to one side, you've got the this nice underground tunnel, which I never finished. If you go this way, it leads on towards an abandoned mine shaft. This way, you come under the river. Which, ooh, pretty. You come under the river and into the jungle temple that spawned here naturally. This is one of those things I love about this particular area. Right, let me head upstairs. So this jungle temple is a natural spawn, right? You recognize, yep, that is a jungle temple. But it spawned in the river. I didn't do anything to that. That's where it spawned. I also wasn't the first one here. Somebody else found it first and looted it. I just decided to take it over. So, yeah, you can see here at night how the globe sort of disappears and you just see the sea lanterns. Which is kind of okay, but I really would have liked that globe to be a little bit more opaque. Yeah, sure, I could replace it with concrete, but then it doesn't glow like I want it to. So, yeah. The things we do for... Okay, you... No, wait a minute. You need to stop that. I also need to stop burning. Maybe while I'm on fire is the wrong time to load my crossbow, but... Got some nice pool floaties going on here. Oh yes, the one robot that's taking a break. Yeah, this one's crashed out. It's reading a book, you know. Okay, the skeleton got caught in the volleyball net, you know. Hate it when that happens. Okay. Oh, you pushed him out. Wow. You're just all happy over here, aren't you? Okay. Please go away. Oh, he dropped a potato. Good for him. But yeah, I like the little pool floaties here too, you know. Take advantage of some of those llama heads I managed to totally accidentally remove from the trader's llamas. And this poor polar bear. I have to admit, I went searching for a polar bear. Took his head. You know, got my stereo going on here, you know. Got some barbecue going. This is a great place to sort of hang out, right? So yeah, this was was the jungle beautification project. Okay, and now that it's been a while, this is sort of the tavern. So now, if you wanted to, after spending some good days working at the sawmill or just lounging at the beach, you can come into the tavern and have yourself a nice dinner. Maybe grab a cup of root beer, and you can even stay the night in the luxury suite that comes with its own library and pass-through fireplace. You know, so you get this nice pass-through fireplace. You got some extra logs to throw on the fire when it starts to die. You know, plus this really nice desk and cabinet thing going on here, right? Sure. Okay. So yeah, that's that. All right, so now I've been here long enough, and as Amanda was saying, the load on the server has dropped significantly. So let me run back to my main site here. Okay. I will, in fact, pick up the bones. Not that I really need to go shoot this zombie, but... Okay. But, you know, sometimes there's a zombie alive somewhere, and you just have to kill it. That's just how life works. Alright. But yeah, there's some fun stuff that ended up in this build. There's some of it I'm not... Like the outside of the blacksmith shop, I'm not 100% thrilled with. But there's some fun stuff over here that I kind of enjoyed building just because. Like, if you head over this way, and it's easier to see at night because there are torches, but if you head over this way, there's this sort of rickety bridge going on here. Right, you come over this way, and there's this ruined, just sort of this ruined thing, right? It's ruins. You know, it's how many ways can you say it's ruined? Well, it is, in fact, ruined. Right, so you've got these ruins going on over here. And then, you know, again, across another rickety bridge. Cut your way through some of the overgrowth. And, you know, make your way through the forest here a little bit. See the remnants of an old path. And you climb up the path to another abandoned temple, which I can't remember where the door is. There it is. Right, so you get this nice abandoned temple. Now, this is one of the things I have to do more of. So, the floor is actually a mix of jungle wood. You can actually see it a little bit better out of the sun. Jungle wood and oak. And what it does is it gives this cool look of part of the floor is rotting away. Or a lot of it is rotting away. I haven't decided if it looks like the oak is the natural wood and this is what it weathered to, or the other way, where the jungle is the natural and it sort of weathered out to the oak. In any case, it looks cool. So, yeah. And of course, the walls are all sort of ruined. You can, you know, see it off from this side. So, yeah. Lots of fun. Lots of fun. So, let's beam back and we'll see if the load in my area has cleared up. It should have mostly. I mean, there'll still be some because, hey, I've got some chickens and there's some villagers and things, but I think I do have to go out and kill a few villagers because they were... I let a couple in here and they got loose and I don't know where they're at, so I have to go hunt them down. I really don't want a lot of villagers wandering around here. The only exception is my farm. Right, I mean, over here, and now I do have some hoppers and stuff there. These guys are going to walk around, but the 3 villagers here shouldn't be that big a deal. Yeah, I think already it's starting to feel a little bit better. But yeah, you know, I've got a few animals here. You know, do I need the llamas? Probably not. I could probably kill them without too much of a hassle. So, you know, I keep a couple of cows back here for milk-related reasons. I don't know why they're all gathering back there, though. Oh, maybe because they think they can go through this fence. I don't know. Oh, that reminds me. How many? Okay. Okay, so yeah. I mean, other than I said a few chickens, and I've had this running for pretty much ever since I built in this place. So it's That's been a constant over here. So yeah, this is. So yeah, it was definitely sad, right, to realize this build failed and have to tear out. In fact, you know, I just need to finish tearing out all of this. Oh yeah, this will be fun. Just explode all of that. I should have taken a look at those minecarts so you can see, again, how it didn't balance the load of the, as it unloaded the stuff out of it. But you know, maybe what I'll do, because the I'm gonna go drop off this coal. As I'm just loading it up in this shulker box. Apparently, this shulker box is going to be the box I use to charge the next furnace. What I might do is hang on to this system, because actually, as I said, this was the one thing that worked. You know, I need to. Yeah, no, this. I was gonna say, it'd be nice if those were on the same level, but they end up being on different levels because of the filter, right? This is the main feed that leads into this distribution site, and then this is the sorter, which then leads down there. So, yeah. So what I might do is leave that there. And as I figure out what I'm going to do for a smaller furnace, no, I should just tear it out and move it all. I don't. Because the one I've got in the jungle is, it's only 7 furnaces, and it seems to do okay without killing the load too much. So if I just build sort of a smaller one here, maybe it'll be all right. And just feed it into this like I did before. Though I could probably shorten that. I don't think it needs to be that tall. It was this tall as I was playing with different distribution systems to get coal into the rest of this the furnace array. Right, because it was, hey, look, I've got all this garbage up here, and this is where I want it. And, well, yeah, that worked just fine. Right up until it didn't, so. Okay. A good portion of the lag is back. Okay. Now, I would expect there to be some, just because there's a little bit more going on here, but I'm trying to think what else I would have here that would be enough of automation that would cause issues. Though I do know I have some villagers around and some cats, perhaps. Yeah. The fact that I started getting cat spawning was a sign that I do have... Oh, that poor kitty. Poor kitty burst into flames. And I also think I heard... Yeah, see, this is a sign that there's a problem. Okay. Okay, you know what? He doesn't like me. We're just going to assume that for the moment, he just does not like me. Yeah, I can see the lag there. Okay, I'd really like to finish him off with my sword here, just because he's... Though, you know, maybe I'll just sit back here and enjoy a good steak. Yeah, because if he's spawning, it means I've got a lot more villagers here than I should. Okay. I wanted to kill him with a sword. I forgot. Yeah, so if there are enough villagers for that to be going on, that'll ease some of my inventory space for the moment. Oh yes, there's another villager purge coming. Okay. Another villager purge. Oh, this... Now, I know I had a few this way that I hadn't killed. Right? I left the butcher here in the hospital. Just because the butcher was the closest thing to what looked like a doctor. I don't think there are any more in here. My guess is they're all in the spa. Now, the way I ended up building this, because I wanted it to be one large village, I fully expect... Yeah, no, it's not at all scary. Believe me, the irony of that was not lost on me when I did that. But man, the way the villager is set up, man, he just looks... He looks like a doctor, so... Alright, so now... Yeah, so there's an iron golem there. And how many villagers... Well, got a few. I don't think I need that many down here. Now this has got to be the most relaxing bed in the world. Okay, it's nice and warm. Get a nice breeze from the saw. You know, it's... And that's not at all creepy either. So, yeah. Alright. Okay, so my sweeping edge here should... Okay. The poor fisherman lost his head. Now, it's important not to lose your head and panic. Okay. Alright, so... Oh, that's a different type of head. Okay. Well, I guess that's interesting. Oh yes, that's a farmer. Okay. Yeah, the golem probably should know that I just caused a little bit of pain and suffering. Oh no, he was totally cool with it. Ow. There's a door here. I've lost the door. I can't find it. Okay. Well then, I guess I'm dead now. It's like, the plan was to just slap him a little bit, get out, duck back through the door. That did not go well at all. That was...
Now you see that evil will always triumph, because good is dumb.
Okay. So, let's see now. And of course, I should kill the cats, too, just for... Okay, come on, cat. I just want to kill you. You're okay. Yes, now you're on fire. Let me put out the fire. Huh. The cat had string. Cool. I don't tend to think of cats as string-bearing critters, but I guess they are. So, slap some of that in there. I should go put my villager head someplace where they will be remembered. Or, you know, at least someplace where they won't gather dust quite as badly. Here, in this box, that'll... So, I might have slain a few villagers. I mean, it's a 20, 37, 38, 39, 40? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 50, 1, 2. So, you know, 52 villagers. I am not... that's perfectly normal, right? Perfectly normal to slay that many villagers. 100% that's normal. Okay. That's such a sad sound. Sadly, I don't get cat heads. At least I haven't yet. Now, I don't want to kill all of these villagers. I think there's still... Okay. It's okay, kitty. You have 9 lives. I'm just going to take one of them. Okay. We're all good. It's all good. Totally fine. Okay. Other than some llamas floating around here. I hear a villager. I wonder if he's down here checking out the view. You know, this view is not nearly as good as it used to be. But that's okay. Where'd he go? I know he's out here somewhere. Oh, there he is. How'd you get over there? That's a stupid place for you to be. I'm going to correct that stupidity. You know... Okay. Another unemployed villager. So, I have now slain over 50 villagers. And those are just the ones I have heads for. So yeah, not at all, tyrannical ruler who will butcher my citizens at a whim of whatever, right? Okay. But I think this is okay. The oh, that one's a pet cat. I don't want to kill that one. And I went through and I think I cleaned out. Well, there's still a cat here. I'm sorry. I don't like killing cats. Come back here, you stupid cat. I just want to hit you with my sword a little bit. Oh, I totally missed this snow. Gotta clean the ice, you know. I don't have a Zamboni, so gotta... Alright. Oh, I feel bad about this. I really do. Okay, I need to aim a little higher. Yeah. Oh, he's just gonna sit there and take it. Oh, that's so bad. I have more sad feels, but also more string and XP. Yeah, when this was originally built, I left this all dark so that monsters would spawn in it. Yeah, still have some lag there. And then they would come out here onto the ice, and it was great, but yeah, fight a horde of zombies or not zombies, but iron golems and snowmen. Turns out that's not ideal for server performance, as I've come to learn. Oh, dude, you're not supposed to be there. You have infringed upon my kingdom. You deserve that. Alright. I do need to finish the decor. Now, I do have a few hoppers here, but I wouldn't expect it to be too bad here. Okay, now I do have some chickens. which is maybe the other thing that would be eating the server load here. Now, I do have... Ooh, I might have left the beds running. Because the villagers I got from my farm, I got from over here, and I had to spawn in a few. And I might have left the beds running. Okay. Here. Y'all need another... You need another head for your walls up here, so... There. Let's get these beds out of here. I mean, these beds are just here so that I can... so I could spawn the villagers I needed to get them into the auto farm. But I think I only have... Let's see, there are those... Huh. Surprised he's still unemployed. Given all of the job sites that are here. Which might mean something else. But I don't think there are that many villagers over here. Okay, so there are those couple. There might be... Yeah, there's one over here. Oh, there are a couple over here. And they're a happy couple. Right? These two, they're over here, you know. Got a butcher. This poor guy's unemployed. They're hanging out. They're roommates. It's a nice thing going on, but I think I'm going to have to end them. Besides, I apparently need another head for my wall. So many dead villagers. Just trying to look here too and see if there's anything else that would be particularly lag-inducing when I'm not near it. I think I've got most of it. I mean, I don't think rail does anything when it's just there. I'm not running minecarts over it, so it should be okay. Obviously, I have a lot of light. Apparently forgot to fill in a couple of the spaces there. Okay, and I've got a handful of bees. But I think... So I've got some bees and I have some chickens. But again, I've been running those chickens for over a year. Though honestly, I don't need that many cows. So let's just line them up. A couple of them, sure. But I definitely don't need more than 2. So okay, so that one is now barbecue. Okay, so I don't know if any of this is helping. It might be, but it might not be too. I don't know. I suppose this might be the other place that it could be. Is I do have a bunch of observers here for my farm. That could be potentially an issue. Right, and this spits out all of my happy melons and stuff for trading. Yeah, because, you know, it's nice to take a number of... Crafting table. A crafting table is where you make full melons out of slices. Now, it would be kind of nice if you could do that in real life. It's like, hi, look, I have extra melon slices. Can I just put them back into a melon? Can I just do that? Would that be okay? Apparently not, but that doesn't mean I don't want to. It would be a lot nicer saving them in the fridge, because then you wouldn't have to find the saran wrap. Oops. Right, so you can wrap up what's the extra melon, because you didn't eat all of it. I know, some of you are out there thinking, wait a minute, you didn't eat all of the watermelon? What is wrong with you? Well, there just aren't that many of us here that anymore. Okay, so should be reasonable. I kind of wish I could just harvest the melons directly instead of having to run them through slices, but c'est la vie. Now this is the other thing too, is now that I have the auto farms, I could rip out most of this. Right? Because I don't need the carrot and potatoes growing here anymore. Actually, I don't even need the beets, but I was growing them just so that I had beets. And I had all the flowers here because I had a hive. I had a beehive here. My first auto honey farm. And they flew across the crops over to the flowers I had planted all around the farm to keep it all nice and happy. Sadly, that doesn't work with the auto farm. It just breaks in bad ways. So yeah, this has been weird. I don't know what else would be which would be hitting it quite as hard as it is. I mean, there could be a few things underground. I just can't go get anything into there. Right, now this is because under this entryway, I do have a little bit of an underground area. You know, some caves and stuff that go under this way. They are all lit, just to keep mobs from spawning back here. Right? That sort of makes sense, right? Sure it does. Oh, there are the chickens up that way. You want things to make sense. You know, that's sort of the idea. And then this goes down this way. I actually haven't been down here in a while. I should come this way and do some strip mining. Because what goes on down here is a secret that few know. You see the bedrock? This is my vault. My vault lives here. You know, it's a nice vault, you know? But, you know, I suppose it could be... All right, there was a cave here. Obviously... Whoa! Cheese nuggets! Drop zombie! Alright, well, rather than try to find my way around, let's just get out of here. Drop zombie. Throw some of that leftover coal in there. Man, so I don't know. I don't know what could be... Now, admittedly, I do have a lot of stuff here. I know I was putting leather here somewhere. Alright, well, I'll just put it here. But... I mean, yes, I do have a small furnace array here. But again, this is stuff that's been here since the dawn of time almost. Man, I don't know. I don't know. We'll have to see what's... We'll have to see what happens when I'm done and I log out. I don't know if you want to try rebooting the server and then I come back and then see if that took care of it. Oops, I forgot to put the heads away. Don't you forget it when you forget to stuff your villagers' heads in boxes, you know? I don't know, maybe this is a problem with them mounted all on the wall. I need to go copy some maps and just fill out this map here. It looks so good, though, you know? Got all this good stuff. You can't see the castle area down there with the balloons and stuff, but... Heck, this one doesn't even have the... Oh, actually, the ship... The ship is probably off the map down here. Which is okay. But, huh. Yeah, I don't know if that's... The only other thing I have, which shouldn't cause any lag if I'm not there, is the spider farm. Which, again, it's pretty much been there because it was the spawners are all natural. Right. But spawners don't... Oops, this way. The spawners don't spawn things if you're not around. You actually have to be close enough to them for some definition of close. But you have to be close enough to them for them to decide to start spewing out stuff. Hello, slime. Aren't you a cute little slime? Yeah, I'm feeling some lag here. I mean, it could be the spider spawner, but... Again, this is one of those things, this has been here since I've been here. I mean, because it's an abandoned mine shaft. You know, I just enclosed the spawners in boxes to keep them from, well, partly keep them from causing problems, but then to flow out here so that I can kill them nicely. Which, you know, I'm happy about. I mean, I kind of like dead spiders. But, yeah, you know, it's just one of those things. Yeah. No, I'll bring them with me. And the spiders here despawn once I leave. So yeah, I'm not saying there isn't some stuff here. I'm just wondering how much of it is... you know, what... I just don't know what would be causing it. And I feel bad about it, because I don't want to cause problems. I really don't. So, yeah, I guess I'll have to tear the rest of this out. I'll put the... I'll just rebuild a furnace somewhere else. Yeah, and I don't know... The only other thing... So the spider mine, it was better. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, now I do need to take all this stuff out, but I've got water here, so I need to worry about dealing with that. See, that just doesn't make... you know, the other thing I've got going on here is the beacon. I'm unsure. I've got a little bit of lava, um, you know, pouring down a lot of furnaces. Huh. This is just strange. Okay, because yeah, I might have. I don't see another villager up here. I know I have one over here farming. Or had one over here farming. Somewhere. He was one of those I managed to bring a baby villager up here to try to work my farm, and then he managed to escape and ended up out here working this farm for a while. Okay. Hello, Fletcher. Aren't you nice? Yeah, I just don't. I don't know. I don't know what the processing lag is of various things. I should just rip up some of that too, but huh. That's true. And I've got a lot of lava here. Great, because I've got that, and I've got the... Right, so I've got... You know, that could be part of what it is. Though, because I've got lava flowing... Now, this is fairly short. It only flows down, you know, a few blocks. But... these towers... Those towers, the lava flows all the way down to the ground floor. I know, right? So... yeah, and then of course I've got all the fire here, so... I might have to do a little bit of firefighting, I suppose. Oh, look at you over here. Hiding over here, being all... Ooh, nautilus shells. Horn coral. More pufferfish. I might have to go hit this guy up for some nautilus shells, though. I haven't been doing things like building other stuff. Underwater conduit. Yeah. All that lags I walked through that hallway. Yep, everything that makes a base look cool. Oops. I actually... I'm not sure how much emerald I have right now, though. Apparently that much. Okay. Stairs. So I guess that's it. Is I just have too much of the fun stuff going on over here. My base needs to be more boring. Where'd you go? Okay. Dude, stay around. I'm gonna buy some nautilus shells from you. I don't need the horn coral. If you had a sponge, that'd be great, but... Awesome. So, I now have nautilus shells. Don't know what I'm going to do with them, but I've got them, darn it. The other thing I've got going on, again, it's all the decorative stuff. Because it's not just the fire, right? But it's also the campfires. Right, signal fires. We'll have to see. I may just have to do all the fun stuff elsewhere. Which is fine. And I've been building... I just wanted that... I wanted my furnace over here just because it was near where I live. But I guess I'm just going to have to deal with that some other way, I guess. Alright, it's not a big deal. A little disappointing and all that, but I can figure out other things, I suppose. Because, yeah, it should be nice. Because that's all, just all the redstone. Now, this is the other place where it could lag a little bit. Because over this way, I have not done population control. So as I slide out this way into this village over here, and again, a little bit more lava, this village has villagers that are still running around. Apparently a lot of them. Can we have a moment of silence, please, for all of the villagers who are about to die? See, this is what I get for feeding them. You know, if I just let my villagers starve, I wouldn't have this problem. But yeah, you can kind of see them doing the little lag walk going on there. Well, there's that too. Though I have to take a look. I thought I had cleaned out most of the beds here. Apparently not enough of them. So there's 1, 2, 3. Because really, yeah, I'm going to have to... I wanted enough beds just that I could have a few villagers here, but apparently it's too many. So many. Okay, well. Oh, I bet they're... Darn it. Yep. Oh, yeah. I'm going to have to go on the Great Bed Hunt. Forgot, because I was breeding villagers because I wanted to spread them out, get a bunch of them, just because I wanted my villages to be alive. Well, it turns out live villages are bad. Okay, so let's remove all of the soft comfiness. The cat. Yep. I cleaned out all the ones from my other castle. I didn't clean out this one. So yeah, I've got a whole slew of beds around here. So I have to replace those with couches. Alright, so let's do this. Drop off all of the beds. You know, I didn't think it was that many beds, and then I put them in a box. It's like, wow, there are a bunch of them over there. Okay, now I don't think I bedded up this tower. Now, this was a fun tower. I kind of like the way this was designed. I was going to slap some glowstone or sea lantern, some light back there and a painting. But this was just sort of a cool tower. right? Because that's my regular tower over there, right? That's the same design I've been building everywhere. And then this one is a little more square, but it's got all of the cobblestone walls going on there. Ah. So that's fun. Oh yeah, there's going to be all sorts of bed hunting. Also, I do have a couple of turtles down here. I'll probably have to slay a few. This is all on them, though. I mean, sure, I fed them. I gave them a refuge. But, you know, the turtles, yeah, this one. I think there's a, yeah, there are a couple of beds here. I'll leave those two. Just for, just because that was sort of my base over here. All right, this is my, this was sort of my workshop. So I'll leave those beds there. But, oops, I didn't put pressure plates there. Unfortunately, these turtles, I mean, they're stacked on top of each other. I mean, how can I kill turtles that like to stack on top of each other? I mean, it's like they're sitting here practicing like a cheerleading routine. Goodbye, turtles. I feel sad, but
I misbehave.
Oh, hey, I did that twice. What do you know? Do that one more time.
I am to misbehave.
There we go. Goodbye. So sad. I should probably, yeah, I mean, you're not wrong about safety in numbers. I should probably, I do have Silk Touch, cool. Clean up a couple of these eggs. All right. So there are, what are they over here? Okay, so there are a couple more. I'll let those, they'll go in their hatch, but I mean, this was a turtle sanctuary, to be fair, where they would be safe from the, you know, wild deprivations of the world, you know, where they could, their eggs could hatch in safety, and they wouldn't have to worry about some crazed person with a sword. You know, it's just, but no, that's just not how it's gonna go now. They're all gonna be here. I did put an underwater tunnel for them to get in. Okay, so there'll be a couple that'll hatch. And a couple of turtles over here, but yeah, turtles could take some hits, man. But yeah, they've got some hit points. Of course, all of the seagrass probably doesn't help either, but what are you trying to do, turtles? Are you? Of course, they might be upset because I killed them, and so they are trying to practice the art of ninja. Do turtles attack? Oh no, they're just coming to me because I have seagrass. Okay, I thought they were trying to eat me, but no, they're just. I just was holding food out to them, and they were wondering why I wasn't giving it to them. Which I suppose is a fair question. Why wasn't I giving it to them? And the right answer is that I don't need more turtles. Okay. Okay, we're good. We got this. It's fine. It's totally fine. Fireplace. See, I love fireplaces. They're a great way to hide your furnaces. Huh. I've never cooked kelp before. I guess I'll do it. It's probably not enough, but I don't know. Oh, I've got a turtle head. Okay. I feel somewhat better. I don't know why that would make me feel better, but it does. It would be fun if you could put an egg in a furnace and get an omelet. Okay, so now again, I've got the beacon over here. I do have some villagers over this way. And I do have a lot of beds. Now, the good news is these villagers are stupid. They sort of forget that these beds are up here. I know, right? Egg cooking, just crazy. Though one of the things I was thinking about doing, just as a fun build, would be to build like a giant stovetop, and put eggs on it. Right? Because what I've discovered, the place I had other eggs is apparently, or other beds, is apparently full of concrete. All right, because I'm organized. I has organization. Oh, the kelp should go here in the food. And maybe just put the eggs there too. And the turtle's head. The turtle head is going up on the wall. I don't know why I'm keeping trophies, but I am. Oh, right. I needed to go back. Back to the future, just so I can pick up those beds I left behind. There they are. Because I had these three guys over here. But they didn't quite realize how to get food. Right, I had a Fletcher and a Shepherd. And I guess there's the one farmer. But these guys should be fine. They're far enough from everything. I don't think I need to go end their pitiful lives. I will end their beds, though. I suppose I should leave one set of beds for them to sleep in at night. So I got two in there. Is there? Okay, so there's one bed there. I think this will work. And there's one in here. Do I? Oh, yes. Did I light this? There are no torches. Yes, they have those fancy electric lights. Or eclectic lights? Yes, they have eclectic lights. It's eclectic. Boogie, woogie, woogie. I know the word is electric. I'm being silly. Of course, the Hall of Fire here probably doesn't help, but man, it said all the stuff that looks cool. I'm so bad at wanting cool things. Now, I do have some villagers over here. These guys, I think, they're far enough away from my main base, they're probably not causing issues. What I should do is come through and clean up, because I went and placed beds, I think, in all of these houses. And just restrict them to the beds here. Because one of the things I was toying with is maybe having one place for my villagers and just setting them up here and make this my trading hall and just call it a day. Right. This is another place I did classrooms. But these are a little bit more of the, maybe lecture hall style classrooms. Yeah, you got your nice podium going on here. It's almost like a small chapel, really, than a classroom. But you go with it. No, if this area has an issue, it might be the bees. Because I do have a hive here. Though I'm not over here often enough for it to do much, so. I'm probably giving it all sorts of fun to. Yeah, see, it says 7 bottles of honey. That's totally what you'd expect from 7 hives that I've got going on over here, so. So yeah, I think this is not causing issues with the rest of my stuff, so. All right. All right, it's over here. Beds. I did have a fun discovery. When you kill a bee, you can get a bee head. See, just like that. But apparently there is also a pollinated bee head. So, that's always fun. But yeah, I was... So yeah, so definitely... I feel bad about having to tear out this furnace, but it's not the lag that is the reason I'm tearing it out. So I'll have to find someplace else to build something a little bit more intense, perhaps. But I was mentioning eggs, and it turns out if you take a honey block and surround it by ivory, yeah, you get some pretty nice looking eggs going on here. So I thought what would be fun to do a 2x2 square of eggs, of honey blocks, surrounded by the quartz slabs. It's not ivory, it's quartz. But surrounded by quartz slabs. And so all sorts of goodness would go on there. Have a nice looking egg. So yeah. But so maybe I'll do that. I'll find there's a lot of place out here. Right, so let me meander to the big map. I think I've got one farmer over here somewhere too, but I'll slide right on over here. Oh, let it all spawn in. You can do it. Draw distance is a thing. Okay. Yeah, got this. I said my tower is a UFO. That's. So I was just looking at the ship. I've got balloons over here. I had balloons over here. There they are. They're just waiting. So anyway, as I was saying, this is good. I wasn't quite as fire mad over here. I do have a little bit of a fireplace this way. Because, nothing says having fun in a pool like a fireplace. Like I said, you can kind of just sit here. Oh yeah, it says purple. You can sit here, dry your hair. Yeah, if it catches on fire, you can just duck right in and put it out. It's all good. Of course, I do have a lot of end rods here too, which a lot of particle effects and stuff too. So that could be a problem. Anyway, yeah, and a little more lava. Anyway, so this is where I am. My apparently lag-inducing base is up this way, right there. There's the beacon. So what I could do is I can meander over. I have to save up for another teleport beacon, perhaps. Command block. And maybe slide over this way. Because I'm not building south of this river. And I don't think I'm going to cross this mountain range. This is the southern end of my domain here. Okay. I might do something with this village, but my plan is to stay north of this river. Because you start coming too far south this way, you start to get into towards spawn, and I don't want to get that close. Now there's a lot of virgin jungle out this way. That island is begging for a house. Okay, there's the church. There's my jungle base is right there. You can kind of see there are the ruins right through there and through there. I built this house that's right here because I needed jungle wood, and so that was just my quick base while I was over there, while I was trying to just get the wood I needed. It's just my shelter there, but yep, I've got a dock so you can walk up. Go up this way past a little farm and then up into my base. So, if I were to build... If I were a giant oven with furnace stuff, where would I be? So this might not be a bad place to build it, right over here. Huh. I guess I do have the different logs and things there. Okay, it's like, that's just weird seeing the stuff sticking up, but I do have some piles of things sticking out, so I guess that makes sense. See, that twisty tower looks kind of cool from the map view. But if I come out here, I could build it over here. And sure, there's this village here, so I could just I could just bridge across that if I wanted to. Just in case I wanted to have a little bit of villager happiness here. Though this is an old school village. It doesn't have any of the jobs or anything like that. All right, so I could build something here. And part of the reason I'm thinking this area is that I don't have a lot of trees to have to worry about. You come out here into the jungle, oh, it's trees everywhere. Not particularly surprising. It is a jungle, and that's kind of what they do. Now, I could go this way. Now, one of the things I was thinking of is this whole valley is... I built it out to be sort of a castle. The idea was that around the outer edge, because it was a valley, there's these big mountain ranges here, and there's the valley floors, that I would build all inside the valley and then build up walls around the outside and have this big castle, which I've done a lot of. I haven't finished the walls. I was looking at building some more of castle stuff around this mountaintop this way. But I could sort of come up over this way and build my furnace over here. Huh. Oh, so that's kind of purple. I bet that's a frozen lake right there. Okay, so there are some places where I could build. That would be, you know, away from my main base, still be able to set up the farm without going too crackers. I don't know. So this is, again, see, that's kind of what I'm thinking. And that's why I made this river my southern border. Right? Because I could pull it up, but for those of you who are watching who aren't Mandolin, you go to mandolin.tv. That is the site, right? Mandolin.tv. Yeah. You can see the map. And I didn't realize I was this close to spawn when I got started. But yeah, it just sort of grew this way just because there were some nice valleys. I love to build in valleys. I like the mountains up and around the outside and to just nestle stuff in them. Like this, right? Because you can see, I built the castle wall here, but that's natural mountain, that hill's right there. Right? Just tucks right in the arms of the mountain. I will build a theme park. Anyway, yes, I'm sure the captions picked that up well, you know. Okay. But yeah, so I'm not going to build any further south because, again, I don't know what all is little between me and Spawn, but I know there are a couple of things down there. I think Civil War Mormon has a little build that's down that way and some of that, so be good to stay away. Now the jungle could be rough because it's some of these. As I flew over this jungle, there are some pretty epic cliffs and stuff that are hidden by these trees. But I'm kind of jamming on this. Yeah, he's southwest of Spawn. Right. Yeah, because I remember seeing a couple things. I think there's even, there's some stuff out this way a little bit. So yeah, I'm trying to keep myself from spreading out too much. So this southern border, that river kind of makes sense. So short of maybe building a bridge across this to the village, I don't think I'm going to do anything here. But coming north, yes, this island right there. Okay, those maps are all full. What? Okay, that was the wrong button. Okay, this one. Well, that's less helpful than it could have been. What map is that? 896. And that would make this one 895. Okay. Do I have a... I used to have some empty maps over here, but I think I used them all. All right, let's jump back to the vault. Let's make a map and figure out where that island is so I can go take a look. That's crying out to me that says, hey, build stuff here. Yes, there's a map, but it's got stuff on it. All right, we'll do it the old-fashioned way. I don't have redstone. Oh, I do have some back up here from what I was cleaning up. Okay. So yeah, tear all that stuff out. But it'd be nice to leave it just for a little bit while I try to figure out what the heck is going on. Okay, so grab a map. Or that, well, I mean, it's not a map, it's a compass. Turns out I can tell the difference between the two. It's hard, but it is true. I can, in fact, tell the difference between a map and a compass. Alright, now I had paper, as I recall from my random explorings. Right over here. So, hello, map. Alright, now, I'm just going to beam over because I think I still have my project point set here. Yes, sirree, Bob. I like this look. The sort of corner glass look. It's kind of fun. All right, so I need... I'll grab this map. All right, now, conveniently enough, I have cartography tables like right here. All right, cool. So you go back there. You know what? I'm gonna sleep so I've got some daylight, and then I'll go take a look. It's getting on time for me to end. Those are all words that go together. Time for me to end. But I want to go see what this island looks like before I do. So let's actually let me save a little time. Beam over to the jungle. Back into the jungle. It's about all that song I know, which is fine because it's a little more metal than I'm typically into. Okay. So we'll just work our way over here. Try not to hit a tree. Huh. You don't see a lot of bees in the jungle. I wonder if this one's lost. Okay. Yeah, there's another one. So there must be a hive over here. Well, that's kind of weird. Again, you don't see a lot of bees in the jungle. But okay. Oh, that's that island, huh? Yeah, Ender's built some fun stuff too. So yeah, I may have to hit up some local help. This island looks a lot smaller in person than it does on the map. But even if I build it out, take out a little bit of this, build out a little bit into the river. And heck, the furnace can be underground. But that's not too bad, I suppose. Holy cow. No, that is really tiny. Oh, but there's lava here, so that's a sign, right? Again with the bees. Which, you know, I like bees, but... Yeah, this might not be a bad spot, though. Look at all that clay. Oh, I guess maybe that's not clay, that's sand. Still. Alright, well... I still kind of like the idea of putting something there. I just... that's just a much smaller thing than I was expecting. Alright, so what I'm going to do... Let's hop down this way. Oh, man, a bee flying over an ocean? That's not great. They've got no place to land. They'd hurt themselves. Look at all the parrots. Oh, yeah, this will be great. All right. All right. Delhome P. All right. So this is the new project point. I'll have to figure out something here, but it'll work. All right, so just jump back to the vault. Now, the good news is this isn't too far from lots of things, but... All right, so we'll just slap this in there. Yeah, I'm going to have to do all sorts of fun stuff, but... Heck, I've got some empty hives. I can throw a hive up and give them a place to live, I suppose. Okay, man. All right, so lots of fun, but figure some stuff out anyway. In any case, it is about time for me to be closing up shop here. It's been a lot of fun. I do want to thank you all for joining me today. It's been great. We'll kick off those end credits here for a minute. I will be streaming again on Saturday, and it looks like I know what my next project is. Guess I'll be heading out to that island, and I also want to thank Mandolin here for being one of my subs. What I'm going to do, I'll go ahead and say goodbye here to the YouTube side of things, and I'll take a look and see if there's anyone out there that I want to raid, because raiding is fun. So for those of you on YouTube, good luck, be excellent to each other,